Hello everyone, wishing you a very beautiful morning. So yesterday we have started with our new reader chapter, that is chapter number 8, Stephen Hawking, The Undying Zest for Life. We have studied that despite so many challenges, still he has not given up and he has put in his best effort to achieve his dreams. And today also we are going to continue with the same chapter. So let's start. Hello everyone. So we are going to continue with the same chapter, that is chapter number 8, Stephen Hawking, Undying Zest for Life. Yesterday we have studied that Stephen Hawking was suffering from a disease called ALS, in which a person loses the ability to do physical tasks like walking, talking and chewing. Despite this illness, he has not given up and he has continued to follow his passion and he has made miracles in his field. Okay, so the main aim is that you should not give up and you should continue to follow your dreams. This is chapter number 8, Stephen Hawking, Undying Zest for Life. Reading: if you were to learn that you will live for only 2 more years, would you get depressed or would you continue to follow your passion? Now, if someone tells you that you are just going to live for 2 more years, obviously every one of us will get depressed, or would you continue to follow your passion? So this is very rare option. Everyone would get depressed that we are just going to live for 2 more years. Read this biography of one of the most famous scientists in the world who, despite his severe physical disabilities, continued to follow his passion and tried to unravel the mysteries of the universe. Unravel means to solve and explain, and mysteries means suspicious. Okay, so the story is of Stephen Hawking, who is a scientist. Despite of his illness, he has not given up and he has to continue follow his passion, his dreams, and his dream was to study about the universe, that what all is happening in universe and why it is so. Okay, when I was 12, one of my friends bet another friend a bag of sweets that I would never come to anything. Now, when he is telling a story, when he was 12 years old, two of his friends, they were betting, like we all do. They betted over a bag of sweets, you can say a chocolate piece. They were betting. And the main purpose of the bet was that Stephen Hawking, he will not be able to do anything. Okay, I don't know if this bet was ever settled, and if so, which way it was decided. Now he's saying I have no information that who has won the bet and whether it was solved or not, and if the winner is there, then who has won. I have no idea about this thing. These words were spoken by Stephen Hawking, the famous scientist and astrophysicist. Astrophysicist is someone who study about the science of physics and chemical structure of stars, planets and other things that are in the space. Basically, he is a scientist and someone who loves to study about the universe. Hawking, who died in March 2018 at the age of 76, became world renowned not only for his scientific achievements. Renowned means very famous. So Stephen Hawking, he was not just famous for his scientific achievements, but also because he survived for 55 years with a disease whose life expectancy is not more than 5 years. Expectancy means something that is expected normally. Fine. So he was not famous just for his scientific achievements. He was also famous because he was suffering from a disease called ALS. So the normal life expectancy of a person who is suffering from this disease is 5 years. But Stephen Hawking has managed to survive 55 years with that disease. Okay. So this is also a big achievement. In that disease, person loses the ability to do physical tasks. So with that disease, Stephen Hawking has survived for 55 years. Okay. An extraordinary student, Hawking was pursuing his PhD at Cambridge University when he was given the grim news. Grim means very sad and gloomy news. Okay, about to turn 21, he was diagnosed with a disease called amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, that is ALS, which takes the ability to do physical tasks like walking, talking, and chewing. Fine, we all know that he was suffering from a disease called ALS, in which a person loses the ability to do physical tasks like walking, talking, and chewing. Initially disheartened means discouraged, Hawking decided not to give up. So when he came to know about this news, he was not happy, but then he decided that he is not going to give up and he is going to follow his passion. Although there was a cloud hanging over my future, cloud hanging over my future means situation that makes me feel unhappy. Fine, if we come to know that we are suffering from a disease, we would also be not happy. So similarly, he was also not happy. I found to my surprise that I was enjoying life in the present more than before, he once said with a sense of purpose. Fine, when he has decided that he is not going to give up and he is going to follow his passion no matter how many disabilities comes his way, then he realized that life is more beautiful now as it used to be before. Okay, my goal is simple. It is a complete understanding of the universe, why it is as it is and why it exists at all. So this was his aim, to study about the universe, that why it is as it is and why it exists at all. Okay, so despite his illness, he has decided that he is not going to give up and he is going to search on this universe thing. That is his main aim. Okay, Hawking's intuition. Intuition means the ability to understand something based on your feelings. And mischievous sense of humor. Mischievous sense of humor means funny thing or enjoying life, set him apart as much as his brilliant intellect would. Fine. So despite his illness, he used to crack jokes, he used to enjoy his life. Fine. So he used to completely enjoy his life and he has decided that he is just going to live no matter for how many years. He's just going to enjoy his life and follow his passion. Coupled with his illness came to symbolize the limitless possibilities of human mind. Fine, just because he has decided that he is not going to give up, that's why he was able to do such miracles. Okay. For the major part of his life, Hawking could not speak or move by himself as he was suffering from the disease when he was about to turn 21 years. And we all know in that disease, person loses the ability to do physical tasks like walking, talking and chewing. So he couldn't move or speak. Confined to a wheelchair, he spoke with the help of touchpad and voice synthesizer. Now we all know at a very young age of 21, he was diagnosed with a disease named as ALS, in which a person loses the ability of walking or talking. So he was not able to speak or move. So he was on wheelchair. Voice synthesizer is a computer system that is used to artificially produce human voice. Okay, which he developed himself with the help of technology giant Intel. So he himself has found out the solution of this problem. He has developed a voice synthesizer. It allowed him to select words on a computer screen that were then passed through a speech synthesizer. Okay, so he has developed this system, and because of this he was able to communicate with his family members and other persons. Okay. In his later years, when he was left with very little control over his body, Hawking used to direct the program through the tiny movements of his cheek muscle. Fine. After few years, he was not even able to manage that system. So his cheekbones, the muscle of his cheekbones used to direct that program that was attached to a sensor. Sensor is an instrument that detects muscle movement. So with the help of this sensor, he used to communicate with his family members and other universe things, other people in the world. Okay, that much for today. Rest we are going to continue tomorrow. These are the answers of your homework. Thank you.